This is why I love being alone and why you should too. Now, I spent years trying to fight something within myself that I truly enjoy. I mean, shoot, even my parents growing up, I remember my parents being like, Joshua, you better get outside and find some friends. Why are you sitting in the house every single day? I've always just enjoyed my own company. I never needed a lot to be entertained. In fact, same thing in relationships. I'm just a low maintenance guy. I don't need a lot. But I remember growing up feeling like that inclination was wrong. I would tag along with people that I didn't even really like that much because we just didn't have the same interests or the same values, but I would tag along because I just needed to get outside. Because I felt like if I was accepted by a lot of tribes of people, that would equate to the level of happiness I feel when I'm by myself. But being by yourself is bad. It's weird to chill in a room by yourself and thoroughly enjoy watching YouTube and not talk to anybody for days. Now, before I proceed with this video, I want to make one thing clear. In no way am I endorsing complete social isolation or avoidance of all people in general, because that, in my opinion, is detrimental to our mental health. We are social creatures after all, but life is all about balance. And in this video, I want to talk about the importance of spending time by yourself and prioritizing your own well-being. Number one, it makes your interests a priority. Now, if you were ever like me and once had or are currently dealing with a habit of people pleasing, you might find yourself bending over backwards to make time for someone else at a detriment to your own schedule or well-being or priorities. What I love so much about being alone is just having so much more time to focus on myself and my priorities and my interests, like I previously mentioned. So for me, that includes creating content online, going to the gym, and having time afterward and beforehand to focus on proper nutrition, learning new languages, because I'm actually trying to learn French, and reading or listening to audiobooks and continuously educating myself. Or just general time to unwind and not do anything. For me personally, it's a great time for me to recharge my battery. There's some situations where I'm out in social environments where it's weird. It's like you just get a little exhausted. You get a little tired. It doesn't even have to be late at night. You just feel a little bit exhausted from having to give so much of yourself to so many people. I know some of y'all can agree. Some of y'all can agree. Number two, it increases productivity. Now let's be honest. People can be a little bit distracting. And depending on what you have going on in your schedule, it's better to remove your distractions so that you can get certain things done in a shorter amount of time. So for me personally, if I'm making a video like I'm doing right now, or editing a video, or at the gym, or just writing, or just trying to unwind, I tend to have my phone off or on do not disturb. If it's not on either of those two options, and if someone reaches out, I just let them know that I'm a little bit busy, I'm doing my thing. Then whenever I'm finished with what I'm doing, I try to get back to them in a prompt manner. Number three, it improves your relationships. This might sound counterintuitive. Spending less time with people strengthens your relationships with them. But I'll say this, from personal experience, I tend to get a lot more excited and appreciative of the time I spend with those I care about after I've taken adequate time to myself. I'm also in a more refreshed place mentally. There was actually a study published in the British Journal of Psychology in 2016 that found more intelligent individuals experience lower life satisfaction with more frequent socialization with friends. I'll link that study down below. I'd also like to add that I'm just generally in a better mood when I know that outside of whoever I'm hanging out with or whatever I got going on socially, that behind the scenes, I have all my priorities and everything taken care of. Just a huge weight off my shoulders. Number four, you get more time to reflect. I think we can all agree life moves pretty quickly. Depending on how old you are, you might have a job, or you might got school, and then maybe, friendships and whatever other obligations you have going on. You don't really have a lot of time to stop, to pause, and to reflect. And having time to reflect allows you to have more growth, more personal growth, and even self-realizations. For example, I remember after one of my first long-term relationships, I spent a lot of time by myself. I was just not in a good mood, right? Breakups suck. But through spending so much time alone, I was able to adequately reflect on my strengths, my weaknesses, what I did great, what I needed to improve on, and how I want to best navigate my life moving forward. It's really difficult to stop and do that when you're just in the midst of all the chaos in life. Being alone, solitude, is literally the perfect environment for self-reflection. It's just so much easier to do it when you're not dealing with the thoughts and the feelings and the opinions of other people constantly hitting your mind. 5, this is one of my favorite points, but you get to practice and improve upon your independence. By setting aside more time to be alone, you can get used to doing things like going to a movie by yourself or taking yourself out to a nice dinner. You'll have less stress or anxiety about doing certain tasks by yourself. You don't need someone to always be there with you. And as you continue to build that level of independence, you might find that you prefer to do a lot more things on your own. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will chat with y'all soon. Peace!